The teams in the 1994 College World Series broke the record for most home runs with 29. But it was a collection of spectacular defensive plays that kept the fans on the edge of their seats.
First pitch is hit in the air to center field. Thompson coming on and dives. It's a hard bunt and diving catch by the third baseman. 0-1 pitch, curveball. Veritek goes down to second base. They got him. Shores comes up with the ball in right. They're going to send the runner from third. Here's the throw. He is out of there. Hey, there's a fly ball to left. The McGonigal's going back, and he's still going back. At the track, he goes in the air. He dives. He makes the catch. Byers hits this one down the left field side in foul territory, chasing it and making a sliding tremendous catch.
Here's a pitch on the way and a shot to right field. Fulford coming in, dives and makes the catch.
Left-hand batter waits, hits it up the middle on the ground. It is backhanded by the second baseman Hernandez, who flips the ball to the shortstop.
Hensley pops this one, foul territory. On the right field side, tough play for the first baseman, but a great catch.
There goes Skyberg, the attempted bunt throw to second, and the runner is out, right on the money.
Pitch swung on, ground ball hit to short. Be an easy play for the shortstop Metcalf. The throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Pitch on the way. Fastball line drive into center field. There goes Glass over to get it. He dives. He made the catch.
For 10 days in June, all eyes focus on Rosenblatt Stadium, where the best 8 teams in college baseball assemble for a double elimination tournament to decide the nation's champion. When it comes to pure competition, played with vigor and enthusiasm, nothing surpasses the College World Series. As the series' popularity skyrockets, growth is expected to continue as fans are captivated by young men pursuing childhood dreams. Dreams fulfilled in '94 as 11 records were tied and 17 broken. As usual, 8 schools with rich baseball tradition fought their way through regional competition to battle for college baseball's crowning goal in the 1994 NCAA College World Series. The final first-round game featured 4th-seeded Oklahoma against 5th-seeded Auburn, and the two teams put together the first real nail-biter of the series. The Sooners relied on the pitching of sophomore lefty Mark Redmond, who fanned 10 of the first 18 batters he faced, and the hitting of first baseman Ryan Minor. Minor stroked a key hit in the 2-run second inning with a double that scored Rich Hills from third. The 6'7" sophomore came through again in the 4th with an RBI single that scored Chip Glass from second for a 3-0 OU lead. In the OU half of the 7th, the Sooners stretched their lead to 4-0 when Darvin Traylor hammered a double to right center field. He scored on a bloop single to center field by the Big 8 Player of the Year, Rick Gutierrez. Oklahoma had put together timely hits all year long, and nothing had changed against Auburn in the College World Series. Redmond was out dueling the NCAA career strikeout king John Powell and was working on a 5-hit shutout with 11 strikeouts heading into the 8th. But then it got a little crazy. The Tigers came to life with a leadoff home run by catcher Robert Lewis. A single by 400 hitter Jay Wagoner brought OU coach Larry Cashel out of the dugout. He wasted no time bringing in his knuckle curve specialist Bucky Buckles. But 2 more singles, the first by third baseman Sean McNally and the second by the school's all-time hit leader Brandon Moore, made it 4-2. A ground out by Mike Killamet scored McNally, and it was a 1-run game as the Tigers came clawing back. The Sooners responded quickly in the bottom of the 8th when the speedy Chip Glass led off with a drive off the glove of center fielder Ken Key and motored all the way for an inside-the-park home run. That gave Oklahoma some breathing room at 5-3. But in the 9th, with runners on second and third, Buckles unloaded a wild pitch that scored pinch runner Russell Wittenberg, and it was 5-4 with a tying run at third base. But the second of 2 consecutive ground balls, the shortstop Rich Hills ended it. The Tigers had made a gutsy comeback, but it was the Sooners who captured the thriller. Emotions were running high as Game 8 commenced at Rosenblatt Stadium between Arizona State and Oklahoma. Prior to the start of this winner's bracket game, a saga surrounding Arizona State coach Jim Brock reached a new chapter when the ailing legend left the ballpark and returned ill to the team hotel. Drawing inspiration from the unoccupied chair in the dugout, ASU fought back to make it a great college baseball game. The Sooners grabbed the early first-inning lead when shortstop Rich Hills produced an RBI single that scored Darvin Traylor for a 1-0 OU advantage. The Sun Devils responded in their half of the first, starting with catcher Todd Katie's bad hop grounder that allowed leadoff man Scott Shores to score. 1 out later, first baseman Damon Lemby singled sharply to bring home Katie and give ASU the lead 2-1. In the top of the second, the pendulum swung back to the Sooners. Big Ryan Minor smoked a double down the right field line that was sandwiched between 2 walks. And with the bases loaded, Arizona State freshman pitcher Kaipo Spencer walked Traylor to tie the game at 2-2. Next up was the OU leader, Rick Gutierrez, who put the Sooners ahead with a sacrifice fly that was deep enough to score Minor. The Sun Devils tied it again in the bottom of the third when OU starter Kevin Lovinger unloaded a wild pitch that scored six-pack Player of the Year Jacob Cruz. With the game tied 3-3 after 3, this College World Series contest turned into a game of missed opportunities and a defensive struggle.
The 2-2 pitch. Fly ball left field. McGonigle's got a bead on it and a chance to make a play at the plate. He makes the catch. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is there. He is out! And he did it again.
Unbelievable.
McGonigle did it again. The stretch. The pitch on the way. Fastball line drive into center field. There goes Glass over to get it. He dives. He made the catch.
McGonigle and Glass thrilled the Rosenblatt crowd, each saving at least 3 runs for their respective clubs. The Sooners and Sun Devils posted zeros through the remainder of the 9 innings as this classic duel now pitted 2 relief aces, OU's Bucky Buckles and ASU's Noah Peary. As the game moved to the 10th, Peary avoided near disaster by striking out Javier Flores to end the inning with the go-ahead run on third base. But in the 11th, again with the go-ahead run at third, it was clutch-hitting senior Rick Gutierrez who came through with another sacrifice fly. Dustin Hanson, who had walked as a pinch hitter, scored the big run as Oklahoma finally broke the deadlock. The brilliant Buckles ended 3 perfect innings of pressure-packed relief work with his 4th strikeout. The Sooners prevailed 4-3. Both teams were still in contention, but for now, Oklahoma had surged to the forefront. Game 12 pitted the Oklahoma Sooners and Arizona State Sun Devils for the second time in the '94 College World Series, this time for a chance to play for the national championship. The Sooners were looking to stay undefeated and set up a title matchup against Georgia Tech. For the Sun Devils, the first loss to OU put them in a must-win situation. The Sooners put the pressure on early by scoring 4 runs in the first 3 innings. Senior Chip Glass got things started in the second.
Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to right field. Shores going back. That one's got good wood on it. That one's got good distance on it. That one's gone. It's a home run. Glass's 2nd home run of the College World Series, his 5th of the year. And the Sooners lead it 2-0.
Then in the third, with Rick Gutierrez on third, it was Glass once again who came through with an RBI single that extended the lead to 3-0. Third baseman M.J. Mariani continued the hit parade.
The 1-0 count, the pitch on the way to Mariani. There's a base hit to right center. A run will score. That'll make it 4-0 Sooners. Cruz over to cut the ball off, gets it back in the infield. 8 hits and 4 runs off Billy Neal.
The Oklahoma Sooners were in command. But the power-hitting Sun Devils had slammed 5 homers in their last game. Larry Cashell's team knew it was far from over. ASU had wasted leadoff runners in each of the first 4 innings. But in the 5th, defensive star Billy McGonigal led off and didn't leave it to anyone else to bring him home.
McGonigal hits a drive to deep left field. Good wood, good distance, goodbye. A home run. Just inside the foul pole. McGonigal just missed hitting it into his rooting section.
His line drive homer made it 4-1, and the Rosenblatt crowd sensed the start of a comeback. But nobody told OU starter Mark Redmond. The All-Big 8 sophomore ended the inning by striking out Sean Tyler and proceeded to shut down Arizona State's big lineup. In the OU 9th, regional MVP Darvin Traylor put the crowning blow on the Sun Devils with a 2-run blast that made the final 6-1. In a game that had huge ramifications, the Sooners were nearly flawless. Cashell's Sooners put an end to Arizona State's dream of taking a trophy back for Jim Brock. The Sun Devils had simply run into a team that was on a postseason roll. Oklahoma was peaking at the right time, and they had one more to go. When the college baseball season hits the second Saturday in June, there's only one place teams want to be: Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. By that time, only 2 teams remained in the hunt for the national championship. In 1994, those 2 teams were the ACC's Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Big 8's Oklahoma Sooners. 2 clubs that had ripped through the College World Series with unblemished 3-0 records. Georgia Tech was the highest scoring team in the country, but they were winning in the World Series because of pitching, allowing just 4 earned runs in 31 innings. Now, in their first ever appearance in Omaha, they were in the title game. Oklahoma had put every phase of their game together in the postseason. An impressive regional sweep in hostile Texas territory, including a 2-game sweep over the hometown Longhorns for the trophy, had coach Larry Cashell believing this team was the most mentally tough and focused group he had ever coached. The Sooners wasted no time in putting pressure on the Yellow Jackets. Leadoff hitter Eric Thomas opened the OU first with his first hit of the series. Then senior Darvin Traylor, whose incredible performance in the regional was a major reason Oklahoma was in Omaha, rocketed a hit into the right field corner for a triple, scoring Thomas with the game's first run. Team spark plug Rick Gutierrez then directed a grounder to the right side of the infield to score Traylor. It was quickly 2-0 Oklahoma. Georgia Tech relied on a long ball throughout the season. Leadoff home runs in the next 2 innings tied to score.
And the lefty comes into Veritek. He powers this one high and deep and gone. Jason Veritek with another home run here in Omaha. Now, Randy, 12 of Tech's 18 runs here in Nebraska have come on the long ball. Nomar goes after this one like Veritek and joins Veritek in the home run derby, and we're tied at 2. Randy, I think the same fan got another souvenir. Well, again for Georgia Tech, 13 of their 19 runs scored here in Omaha have been via the long ball.
The Sooners charged back in the 4th with the help of some poor Georgia Tech defense. Right fielder Matt Sayer misplayed Rich Hill's drive to lead off the inning. After Chip Glass singles and steals second, third baseman M.J. Mariani, who was in the hospital until 4 a.m. with stomach problems, came through with a perfect Sooner prescription.
Maybe looking in for some signs. Here's the pitch, and it's a line drive, base hit right up the middle. 1 run will score. Here comes the throw from Payton. It is safe at home plate, and Veritek is furious. Veritek, the catcher, is furious, says that he got him on the hand, and I got to tell you, Herb, I thought he did. And Danny Hall is just furious with home plate umpire Dick Runchie. But he'll walk away, and 2 runs have scored here.
The Sooners were up 4-2 as Georgia Tech tried to put the controversial call behind them. But another Tech error and a bunt single by catcher Javier Flores brought up Eric Thomas with 2 on and 2 out.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. This one is looped into left field. On the way is Smith, and he makes a diving catch. No, he drops the ball. A run scores. He dropped it in fair territory. It's a 5-2 game for Oklahoma.
A walk to trailer loaded the bases and brought reliever Chris Myers into the game, but the senior walked in a run and hit Hills with a pitch for another. It was a breakthrough inning for Oklahoma. The OU Flags were flying proudly with a 7-2 lead. The game moved into the 6th inning, which would prove critical in these two teams' quest for the title. With the bases loaded, the Yellow Jackets' versatile sophomore Michael Sorrow stepped to the plate.
Well, here's Michael Sorrow, who had an insurance home run a week ago yesterday against Cal State Fullerton. Goes after this one, a line drive down the left field corner. Here comes one. Here comes two. Danny Hall will hold up the runners. It's now 7-4. Second and third, still one down, as the Yellow Jackets try to get back into the ball game.
Before the game, Larry Cashel said he wanted to stay alive for 5 innings and bring in relief sensation Bucky Buckles. That's exactly what he got, and in came the record-setting knuckleball specialist. Georgia Tech was 1 hit away from closing to within 1, but Buckles got 2 quick outs to end the threat. Then in the sooner half of the inning, singles by Traylor and Gutierrez started another OU rally and brought big cleanup man Damon Minor to the plate.
Ball club is up 7-4 with 1 out here. Runner going, and a well-hit ball down the right field side. If it stays fair, it's gone. It is way, way out of here. A 3-run home run for Damon Minor, and the Sooners get the 2 back plus add 1 more.
Minor's tremendous slam awed the single-game record crowd of 21,500 at Rosenblatt Stadium and gave the Sooners a 10-4 lead that was all but insurmountable. 1 out later, senior center fielder Chip Glass, who would later be named a College World Series Most Outstanding Player, sent another souvenir to the right field bleachers, his 3rd home run of the tournament. The Sooners were unstoppable. They continued to hitting binge in the 7th, with 4 singles scoring 2 more runs. Darvin Traylor scored the 13th to break the all-time College World Series record for runs in a championship game. Meanwhile, Buckles was in complete command. With the help of another error-free defensive effort by Oklahoma, Buckles breezed through the final 4 innings, allowing just a single run for a 13-5 final.
Jason Varitek's had a great College World Series. 13-5, his team is down, and he hits a little tapper out in front of home plate. Catcher throws, and the Oklahoma Sooners are national champions.
In this 48th College World Series, the Sooners had done it all. Hitting, pitching, and defense. But most of all, it was their attitude. They came to Omaha to do a job, and it was a job well done.
It takes great guys, great coaching staff to win the whole thing. It just doesn't take 2 guys or 3 guys. It takes 25, 30 guys with the coaching staff.
My dream was first just to play Division I baseball. I never thought that'd come true. And now that, that came true, and when I got here, then I wanted to go to the World Series. And when we got here, now it's win it. And now that we won it, it hasn't really hit me yet. It'll probably hit me tomorrow when I find out I don't have practice. But, it's a great feeling just to know that we're on top of the nation, just #1 team in college baseball.
We put it all together, pitching, hitting, defensively. We attacked offensively and defensively. It's a great feeling. It's something that I can sit here and say 7 years, on down the line, I can look back, with my family or wherever I'm at, and it's going to be a part of my life. It's always a big part of my life. I was there, and I'll always remember the guys that were a part of this tradition and the national champions.
I had a meeting before the ball game with the players. I said, guys, you got 5 hours, and I want you to enjoy these 5 hours, because once we finish, whether we win or we lose, it'll never be the same, because it'll be one of the happiest moments of your life, and you need to enjoy these 5 hours. You're going to have great moments when you get married. You're going to have great moments when you become a father. But this is a great moment. And you have to enjoy it during these 5 hours because once it's over, it's over. I said, I want you to leave it all on the field and I want you to have fun. And the team who plays the loosest is going to win. Well, it's every coach's dream. You know, you dream of winning your conference, you dream of winning the regional, you get to the World Series, you want to get the prize at the end. And this is the first time I've had the opportunity to do that. And it's a great feeling. That's what every coach dreams about doing.
Larry Cashel and his Oklahoma Sooners were the 1994 NCAA champions of college baseball.